Namaskaram everyone. Hope you are all doing great. We are going through Veer Savarkar's book, The Great Six Great Epochs of Indian History. And then we already talked about how Chandragupta Maurya and Chanakya built and united Bharat in the last video. In this video, we will discuss about who is Ashoka and what did he do to India. Because in our textbooks, we generally read a lot about Ashoka, saying that he did a lot of good things, and then he built a lot of trees in every place, and then all the lot of good things, good deeds he has done and all that stuff. Is it really true? I mean, is it like that much good he has done, or did he do any bad for that Indian society during that time? Let's look into that. So once Chandragupta Maurya died, his son Bimbisara became the king. Bimbisara is a very honest and a good leader, and he completely read about Chanakya's Ardhashastra, the Rajaniti and all that. So he has studied everything, and then he used to follow that properly. He knows that his dad and Chanakya tried to build a unified Bharat. So what he has done is, okay, they have done something during their time. So now most of the northern part is now in the Magadha, Pataliputra as the capital. Everybody is like following the rule. Now he has to concentrate more on the southern part of India. So he has almost done 17 states agreement, because all those Ganas and Ganarajas, the independent states which we talked about, he has now moved all of them, the 17 of them, into a single country. That's how he is basically uniting, and also all the building the army and all the other stuff is doing pretty good. So there are no issues with the kingdom. Bimbisara's son is Ashoka. So once Bimbisara died, Ashoka became the king. In the beginning, Ashoka did pretty good. I mean, he's like following what his dad has done, and then he was ruling in a pretty good way, so that there are no challenges anywhere in India. For some reason, Ashoka has converted into a Buddhist. So from the Buddhism perspective, there is one thing which we need to talk about. During the Chandragupta Maurya and Chanakya's time, the Buddhism actually started in India, because earlier it was all Vedics and non-Vedics. So, but the Buddhism is the first time it entered. Chanakya has understood this. His main concern is Buddhism follows ahimsa, non-violence, and then bhiksha. These are against the Kshatriya rules, because a Kshatriya is born with some rules which they need to follow to become a solid king, and then also lead an army for the betterment of the country and all that. So now Buddhism is completely opposite to what a king is supposed to do. Chanakya understood that and then tried to basically control the Buddhism, and he did that in a way so that it didn't really propagate the way the Buddhists wanted during that time. But when Ashoka took the Buddhism, it basically turned into a different way. Ashoka taking Buddhism may not be a wrong thing. It's his interest, so whatever he wants, he can do it. But he has taken Buddhism, he is also continuing as a king. That's a problem, because these are completely conflicting ways. So he can't basically, he needs the kingdom, he wants to be the king and all, but he wants to follow this. Not only that, he also made the people following it. He started doing the propaganda of Buddhism, and also there were rumors that his army used to kill people who were not interested to convert as Buddhists. That was completely wrong as per this book. That's how is in the last 25 years he has done a complete damage. By after taking Buddhism, he has ruled for 25 years, and he has done the complete damage to what how his father and a grandfather, they built a united Bharat. He has done a complete damage. So now, in the previous time, we discussed about Chandragupta Maurya having the agreements with the Greeks, saying that we all basically without any fights we continue and all that. So now, earlier that time it was Seleucus. Now I think Demetrius was the ruler in Gandhar, the governor and all that, right? So he looked at it and said that what's going on in India, this may be an opportunity where I can again start conquering India. So he started fighting in the North India, and then he has already conquered few places. Ashoka didn't do anything, and then because it didn't reach Magadha and he was busy with the Buddhism. Once Ashoka died, his son Brihadat Maurya took the kingdom, and then he was also a follower of what his father has done. So the Buddhism is continuing in India, and then Greeks started invading, and then all these southern states now become angry on the king, like Andhra, Kalinga and all. They started revolting and they are moving away from India. So during that time it was like a complete chaos, and then you don't know what's happening because of all these non-violence and other stuff which the king was actually preaching and making the people follow it as well. That time there was a common man, his name is Pushyamitra. So he has started a coup saying that that's not going good for India, and then all these small kingdoms, kings and all, they started supporting him. So Pushyamitra, with that coup, he basically kills Brihadat Maurya. So that's how now the new kings other than the Mauryas, the Chandragupta Maurya's dynasty is completely ended, and then Pushyamitra became the king for the United India. From that time onwards, I think Pushyamitra knows how to rule because he has already learned a lot of things from Chanakya, Sadhasastra and all. India didn't face any challenges later on. So overall, what we read as Ashoka and what he did by taking Buddhism after becoming a king for almost 25 years is a big damage. And then this damage, it took a lot of time. Like in the current climate, we generally say that, hey, this state has gone back to 25 years. Similarly, India has gone back to so many years because of Ashoka. So that's the reality. I hope you agree with my views with this book, or if you have any concerns or comments, please share it. Thanks a lot. Take care.